Hello, my wonderful and beautiful human watching this video. I am so excited for today's video. First of all, it's been a while. I needed some time to kind of process some things and just needed a break. It's summer, it's fun. But yeah, I am back and I am excited to share with you guys today a little bit more of what my eating disorder was, because it's not one that is commonly known, but it is more common than you think. Then I'll also be sharing with you guys 7 different thoughts or thought patterns, mental patterns that I feel like we all experience at some point in our lives, and I think that they're just good to know and acknowledge and recognize so that we can work to have a healthier and better relationship with our food and our body and just ourselves. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to talk about what eating disorder did I have. It was not anorexia, it was not bulimia, it was not binge eating. My eating disorder was what is called orthorexia. And basically this is an obsession with being healthy, which to some might not sound like a bad thing. It might mean that I am very disciplined or very committed or determined, and those are a lot of the comments that I got when I was in the thick of it. I was just a very determined person. Amy, the healthy girl. Amy, the girl who eats perfectly or who eats very healthy, who exercises every day. And those might seem like very healthy and very good things. However, when it's taken to the point of obsession and perfectionism, it can really lead you down an unhealthy spiral, and I do not recommend it to anyone. Basically, I was obsessed with healthy foods. I had very, very strict food rules, and it all happened slowly. There was never a day that I just decided I wasn't having something, or like, it just happened very gradually, which was very interesting because I was on a journey to kind of learning to listen to myself and learning to have a better relationship with myself. And I feel like for a while I had that relationship with myself, but then it became an obsession and kind of a selfish prioritization of myself. I can't speak. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong or right. But basically I was just prioritizing myself above all, which I feel like can be a very healthy thing, to accept yourself and to really listen and nourish your needs. But when it comes to not being able to enjoy life and its different events and being flexible around other schedules and being just going with the rhythm of life, I feel like you lose that part of yourself that brings you joy, that part of yourself that also nourishes that mental and emotional health. And so I feel like that's when it became an obsession and very unhealthy. I had extreme fear of eating certain foods. I remember when I started my recovery is when I started realizing this. I was very scared of eating grains, of eating bread, of eating desserts. I was very scared. It was a fear, and because I had woven into my mind and my headspace that was not good for me, that was unhealthy, and that I shouldn't have that. But it's all in moderation and all brings joy and light, and when you're enjoying it in the company of others and you're not criticizing yourself for having it, it really is a healthy and nutritional act. And then the last thing I would like to point out about orthorexia is that it doesn't have to be an obsession around being thin. My thing didn't start out as an obsession around being thin. I just was loving myself. I was just loving what I was doing. And then fear and kind of this negativity of certain foods, being afraid of certain foods, and just patterns. I just became obsessed around being so healthy, obsessed around doing my exercise. I didn't miss a single exercise for like a whole year, which to some might seem like a very harmless and very good thing. But when you're not giving your body that rest, it just puts it in a state of fear, that state of stress. And it's just not healthy either. There's lots of health consequences with it. I want to do a video about the symptoms that I experienced, but just really quickly, I lost a lot of hair. I was always cold, and I just didn't have the energy and the vitality that I feel I have now, and that is continuing to come. So I am feeling much better, but I think that it's always a process, and I don't believe that this is something that will ever really go away. But I do think that it is a learning of how to manage my brain, of how to process emotions, and of learning how to trust those around me and to reach out and just to learn how to be more flexible around the things that go on in life. So I feel like this is what this trial, this experience has been teaching me and is continuing to teach me, and I just want to say that I'm doing a lot better. So thank you for all of your support, your love. Yeah, we all go through things, and sometimes it just has to get a little worse before it gets a lot better. So now let's get into the next section of our video, which is 7 unhealthy mind patterns, unhealthy behaviors that could be associated with an eating disorder. So eating disorders most likely have these, but could just be a thought pattern or two that you maybe notice in yourself and that we can just work on, because I feel like I'm still working on these things, and I feel like we all have to work on one of these at some point in our life. So let's get into it. Number 1 is a fear of eating or fear of food. So fear of eating in front of others, embarrassment, or fear of certain foods, just to the point that you're not eating them and you're not gaining that nutritional aspect. That fear can either lead you to just not eat them at all, or to eat them and just have this stress in your body that causes you to hold on to these, retaining that weight and also retaining that negative energy that can just harm your brain and is no good for anyone. Number 2 is being disconnected from the eating experience. When you're disconnected from the eating experience, it means you're checked out. You're not in your body. You're not present in the moment, enjoying the foods, the smells, the taste, enjoying the company around you. You're just gone. Food is either emotional and you're just eating it, or you're disconnected and you're not getting that nutritional benefit of being present with the people, with the food, and just enjoying life. Number 3 is not listening to your body, not listening to when it's full, when it's hungry, and just kind of working, or just sitting at the table, kind of related to the last point, being disconnected and just going ham, just eating all the food. It's okay if you overeat or undereat sometimes, but it is important that you listen to yourself, what you want to experience in that moment, and also listening to your body and what feels good in it. If it feels good to have that extra slice of pizza, that scoop of ice cream, have it, because those are important nutritional acts that you need to take sometimes to receive that extra joy in life. Number 4 is not caring or caring too much, so obsessing over your food, your body, and its nourishment. So in my case, I was obsessing over it. I don't think I ever counted calories or anything, but I did obsess over the number on the scale. I did obsess over the type of food that I was eating, that I was not eating, and it was just an obsession. But then there's the other extreme of not caring at all, not recognizing that your body is a vessel that carries you through life, and that you should care for it, that you should love it, and give it foods that give it energy, and that give it light, and that make you happy, and that allow you to enjoy life with others. Number 5 is having rigid or strict food rules. So having rigid or strict food rules is just that. I had very strict rules of when I was eating, when I was not eating. There was no flexibility really in that. If I missed the time that I was supposed to eat, I wouldn't eat. And so that just led to an unhealthy stress, not only for me, but for those around me, in trying to control their lives and their time and their schedule. Literally vacations, I was so strict around what I was eating, and I was so strict around the times we were eating. And so that is just something that takes away from the joy of life. It's not very healthy. Your body will be just fine if you eat at midnight. It will be just fine if you are half an hour late. As long as you're nourishing your body, you're listening to when you're hungry, when you're full, You should be fine. And it's just really a learning process and learning to be present, because our bodies are here to teach us something, and sometimes it is just that. Our bodies can teach us to be present, to listen, and to enjoy. Behavior number 6 is judging others for what they eat, what they do. When you really take the time to understand that all of our bodies are so different, that there is no one way of eating, one way of living, one way of exercising that works for everyone. Everyone just needs to find what feels good for them. And as people do that, you'll see that everyone is truly different, and you have no right or space to be judging. Sure, you can lovingly guide if someone reaches out to you with a concern, with a health problem, maybe you notice what they are going through, you can lovingly reach out to them, but it should never come out of a place of judging and feeling like you know better than them, feeling like you know how to feel in their body better than they feel in their body. So just acknowledging that your body is different, their body is different, we're all different, and we all have different needs and nourishment needs at different times in our lives. Also, it doesn't stay the same for us. Sometimes it may feel better to eat more fruits and vegetables. Sometimes you need more grains. Sometimes you need more meats and proteins. So it's really all just learning to listen and learning to be present. Last one is number 7, and it is a very interesting one, where you have no joy, no gratitude, and no love towards your relationship with food and body. I think this is a thing we can all work on, and yeah, there's just really no point where you can stop learning how to love yourself more, learning how to be thankful for yourself more, and learning how to live with joy more. As you come to understand really who you are, who others are, and the things that make you special, the things that make you happy. Just that relationship with yourself, with your food, with your body, with your mind, your spirit, it's all connected, and it's very important that you cherish that joy and that love and that gratitude for yourself and for those around you. So I hope that this video was interesting, helpful. I am very excited to make different videos like these, and if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, to share it with others so that they can learn a little bit more about orthorexia, and also learn about different behaviors and thought patterns that we all exhibit at some point, and so that they can learn and come to have a better relationships with themselves and with others. So yep, be sure to subscribe and give this a thumbs up, share it, and I love you guys. See ya. I just finished filming the video, but I wanted to add a quick note saying that if you are struggling with something, if you are struggling with an eating disorder, whether it be anorexia, bulimia, binge eating, orthorexia, maybe you're struggling with some thought patterns and some mental health problems, it is okay. You can love yourself. You can take a deep breath. I really feel that these experiences are really moments for us that the universe, our higher power, my Heavenly Father is calling me to learn, to slow down, and to really listen to Him, to this energy that is greater than us all, and to recognize the things that I need to change, that we need to change. And so it is okay to slow down. It is okay to not be okay, and it is okay to reach out so that you guys can receive greater joy and happiness. So I hope you guys can feel that. I am always here to help, and please never feel embarrassed to reach out to those who love you. Okay, bye.